Well, what a crazy day today. This is my driver right here. We are en route to New York and we just fell behind this major 2-hour long delay. I don't know what we're gonna do, but this is insane. Traffic goes way back there for miles and we're not moving at all. You see, even my boy Randy ain't having this. I don't know where he's going, but he's going somewhere. Somehow I thought he took this exit, but tell me why he made it all the way behind that Driscoll truck. Yeah, we definitely got some talking to do, Randy, because you was just here. Now you 40 cars ahead of me.
Pero tú adelantaste como 20 carros. Porque me metí por ahí, por la derecha. Y hay un hueco aquí.
Wow.
Sí, porque me estaba dando 1 hora y 50, ahora me bajó a los 58 minutos.
¿Tú estás atrás de ese camión con el círculo verde?
Y era yo trabajaba, eso me da pereza a veces el estreno.
¿Tú trabajabas para esa compañía?
Sí, yo trabajaba ahí. Ahí era yo manejaba máquina y todo eso. Yo trabajaba 16, 17, 18 horas diarias.
Pues.
No, pero yo me andaba durmiendo en todos lados.
Un zombie.
Ay, parecía a los zombies que se inyectan eso.
Alright, so about an hour and 15 minutes have passed. We haven't made any progress. I was just talking to my driver, you know, making jokes, trying to make the best out of this situation. This is probably one of the craziest traffic jams I've been in. You know, every once in a while, maybe once a year, twice a year, you have a crazy traffic jam, but like this, man, this is crazy. I'm really trying to take it easy. I'm running out of fuel and we really got ways to go. All right, guys, as you saw, today was super crazy. It took a whole lot longer than I expected. I actually have a surprise to show you today, but I guess it's gonna have to be tomorrow. Also, guys, I know I haven't posted a video in a very long time. I haven't abandoned you guys, but as you can see, building a business, it takes time. It takes a lot of effort. You know, especially when you have 3 cargo vans running every day. The journey has been very hard. And we're just gonna continue. We're gonna keep going. That's why we're here. But yeah, guys, nonetheless, let me go and show you the surprise I have for you guys. All right, guys, so this right here is a 2016 GMC Savana. And it's pretty much the same thing as a Chevrolet Express. They're both made by GM, but it's pretty interesting that this is probably the longest production cargo van style. They've been making this style since the 90s. So it is now 2025 and they're still making this style. And I'm happy to announce that we just purchased this cargo van and it will be joining our fleet. So that being said, let me give you a walk around tour and show you exactly what we got ourselves into. Starting with this rack. You know we're gonna get rid of the roof rack. We definitely don't need that. And we also gotta get rid of these shelves, which is a shame because they're pretty cool. I just don't have an use for it. Remember, I just need the space. I don't need to store anything in these shelves, so they gotta go. And this has got to go also. But what I'm saying is, if you're a mechanic, this is pretty cool. You can store all your tools in these shelves. But like I said, it kind of sucks that I don't have use for these shelves because they're in pretty good shape. And like I said, they work pretty good. So, hey, if you want them, hit me up. Now, this cargo van doesn't have the sliding doors like I would like to, and like the rest of my cargo vans. Instead, this one has a split door system like this. And these windows are actually aftermarket, which I'm actually very against it because it's never a good job, but they actually did a pretty good job with this one. It looks very professional. You can see the actual lines from the factory right there. But I can't really complain. All the windows are protected with this metal mesh, so that's a good thing right there. The tires are mint. The exterior is in pretty good conditions, and let me show you what the hood looks like. Look at that. Nice and clean. No leaks, no rust. And even though underneath, which this cargo vans, they suffer from a lot of rust, you can see that this one is pretty clean. And of course, the interior, we got some pretty worn down seats, which is pretty normal for a work van. That one is mint though. The interior, very nice, very clean. The AC works, the radio works, storage, everything works perfect in here. And we have 160,000 miles. Of course, it doesn't show it right there, but let me put the key in and let's see. 163,000 miles. Now you might think that it's a lot of miles, but for me, I think this baby is still on its prime. I know people that got 400,000, 500,000. So I'm pretty sure that if I take good care of it, and if I stay up to date with the maintenance, I don't abuse it, I'm pretty sure I could make it last very long. The cargo van is great. It had a clean Carfax. It was a one owner vehicle, and I'm pretty sure he took great care of it. As you can see, it is in mint conditions. But I want you to tell me in the comments down below, what do you think was the cost of this cargo van? And I'll give you a hint, it was less than $10,000. Right now, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna remove these shelves so I can get this cargo van ready for Monday and it can start making some money, right? This is why we purchased it as an investment, so it can make money. Okay, so to remove these shelves is pretty straightforward. We just gotta unbolt all of those points on both sides because we got two shelves. And I don't know what's going on with this piece of wood back here, but we're definitely gonna find out. All right, guys, I'm not gonna lie, this was a little bit more difficult than I thought, but we got it down. Got one shelf out. We still gotta do this one. And we're learning about the past of this cargo van, what the owner used to do with it. Well, we definitely made some progress. I was able to take this whole shelf, but this one has got two bolts on each side and they're not being very nice to me. And I also found these. I think the last guy used to do some sort of plumbing or electrical work with this. And the roof rack was fairly easy and very lightweight, so we did a good job. Now, one thing I gotta say, finding this cargo van was a little bit challenging. A lot of dealerships like to play games, and if you're not paying attention, you will get scammed. I came across this dealership here in New Jersey where all the vans were freshly painted and great looking, but underneath that paint, they were rotten. So like I said, make sure you don't get scammed if you're ever in the market for a used cargo van. Now, most of you know that I already own 3 other cargo vans, and this GMC Savana would make it my 4th one. Unfortunately, one is gotta go. I am not gonna be able to keep all 4 cargo vans, and I'll explain you why. Both of my 4 Transits are fully contracted all week, so we are good with those 2. But this one, I'm struggling a little bit. Mechanically, there's absolutely nothing wrong with this cargo van. In fact, this is one of my favorite cargo vans. But the issue that I'm having is back here with the space. Let's just say that the route that I do on this cargo van outgrew the size of it, and I'm needing something a little bit bigger. And I'm telling you, the struggle is real. As you can see, I took the seat out just so I can have a little bit more space. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the GMC Savana will take over the contracts that I have with this cargo van, and very soon this will be for sale. Kind of sucks, like I said, this is one of my favorite cargo vans, especially when it comes to fuel efficiency. Like I said, nothing is wrong with this cargo van. It's just the space. I need something a little bit bigger. And I gotta say, this cargo van, we go back to the start of this business. This cargo van helped me jumpstart my business. They helped me get to where I am today. So I definitely got a lot of love for this thing. Well, I got caught up in the rain and it's already dark. All right, guys, so before we end today's video, I just want to say to all of you young hustlers, all of you young entrepreneurs that just want to build the transportation business like I did myself. Over the years, I learned that it doesn't matter how many cargo vans you got, how much equipment you got. If you don't have the right people, if you don't have the right team behind them, you got nothing. The reason I say this is because once you start scaling up your business, you rely more on the people that you hire. As your team grows, make sure you bring in dependable, motivated people you can count on. Remember, a bad driver can cost you to lose a contract. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you all who have shown me support throughout this journey. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Don't forget to stay hustling. Leave a comment down below, and I'll catch you on the next one. All right, I've come to the conclusion that we need to work a little bit harder just so we can get an Aston Martin. Oh my God, that thing is beautiful. Oh, you hear that? He dropped the gear. He's out of here, boys.